Hello and welcome to Man Cave. Yes, Man Cave. The cave strictly for men, or the space where men are free to be themselves, and we openly discuss the issues that affect us as men, the struggles, the realities, the intrigues, the things that women don't understand but are real to us. That's what happens here in Man Cave. So for those that are online, please, if you can hear me loud and clear, please type 111 in the chat box so that I can know that you are hearing me. I can know that you're hearing me. I can know that our sound is good so that I can flow. I want to take the time. I can see Queen Debbie. Yes, I can see 111. Yes. My madam at the top is also online. I hail you. You say I'm taking your set today, but a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Yeah, you get now, you understand. So thank you. Now we know we can fly, and we want to apologize for not being on air last week. Last week we tried different technologies, to be on air. We even recorded offline and tried to, but internet no just gree. See that fiber. That optic fiber that caught in the Atlantic Ocean, or which water the thing caught inside, really affected. How can something be happening somewhere and then be affecting us right here? But we were affected. Our platform from our studios, we were really trying to stream, but if it's not going to be good enough, we won't put it out to you. So we apologize. It was factors beyond our control. But today we're here with Man Cave. And today we are going to be discussing a very critical issue to us guys, right? But before we dive into that, this is a good time to share this link to your friends, your enemies, your neighbors, just share anyhow. Share it carelessly, freely. Have you received? Freely give. Like, whether you're watching us on Facebook or on Instagram or YouTube, or anywhere you're watching us, just share it so that we can have open discussions. You know me now, I know they hide my mouth. I see being as far they talk straight up. Yes, if it's not okay with you, tell me how you feel. We can discuss. Anything can be settled on the table of conversation. It's possible. And with me today on that table, I have two. Well, you can call them guests or you can call them friends of the family, but we are here to just talk it as it is, really. One of them is an unserious. I won't tell you which one, but I'm sure you will know by yourself. Well, with me on the show, on my right, introduce yourself so that they will know whether you are the unserious or not.
I'm not the unserious.
You are not the unserious.
Anyways, as you said, I'm not the unserious, but my name is Kingsley. Kingsley Effiong, but you can call me Toby. I'm here. When you are the only single person amongst two married men.
There's a way you look unserious.
There's a way you look unserious because they feel like that marriage is, they've done a lot. We don't know what it is. So I can agree in that aspect. I'm unserious, yes. But yeah, my name is Kingsley.
Yeah. And on my left, please tell them.
Hi everyone, my name is Uche, the only Uche. You probably would have heard about that. that brings out the unseriousness in this young man's life. So I am not the unserious one.
Wait. I hope this is not a plan to attack me.
The unserious people don't get married and they don't become fathers, and so.
Hey!
Guys,
wait. I'm coming. What I'm hearing is that there was a time when both of you were unmarried together.
A very, very long time.
But it's a very long time.
Very long time.
It's a very long
time
ago.
Wait.
We got serious with this life many
my
years
brother,
back.
Is this organized to attack me?
my brother, they're saying something. No, don't look at it as an attack.
Don't worry.
What they are saying is that you need to increase your seriousness and.
We still have the likes of Great Man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a lot of them. I'm still young.
You are older than Great Man, by the way, Shabo.
Who is older than Great Man? Hey, God.
Sorry, man. Sorry. Shade.
Anyway, my name is Uche, and it's so great to be part of this wonderful table shakers tonight.
Yes,
so
yes,
I look
yes.
forward to a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Queen Debbie said you are throwing shade. You are throwing shade on the guy. But I mean, say shade. My brother, it happens like that sometimes. Just bear with it. Yes. But today we're talking about the hustle.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, not as if I'm hitting you. I'm just saying, you know, from the corner where we are coming right now, most guys say the reason they are not married is because, you know, the hustle never mature. Do you understand?
God.
I've not really gathered a lot. So that's the reason why they're not mature. So we don't know whether it's the same thing here, right? But he will tell us.
We'll find out.
Yes, but we are talking about the hustle. The hustle. Guys and hustle.
Okay, so you people are finished doing the attack. I don't even know where I stand right now.
Jimoski said,
What is Jimoski saying?
It came a time my hustle left me to go and hustle. He said, in this particular time, he said his hustle left him to go and hustle.
But
it can be
I hope
that
the hustle didn't succeed against.
but then to answer to respond to what you said about guys not getting married because hustle never click or something. In all honesty, I have to be real here. It is somewhat the truth. Okay, because by the time you check out a lot of things, you check a lot of things, and you are like, man, no, let's just shift this marriage thing till next week. For those that are even serious to get married, like you really want to get married. It's in like me. Those that are like me. All right, guys. I know I have people like me. You guys should not leave me. Back me up here, Jimoski.
If you're on the set, please help him.
Help me here. So I know that there are a lot of people like us who want to get married. In all honesty, we want to, but you know, like my former pastor said, "Tata for yanya never, the pepper never rests," like that. And the problem is that the society traditions are not helping matters. Do you understand? You want to marry your woman, and the bride price they are calling for you is the house rent in Lekki. Do you understand?
House rent or house price?
House price.
No, house rent for Lekki.
House rent in Lekki
Cheap.
in phase 1.
5 million maximum.
Okay, 5 million maximum is not money.
Okay, depending on the kind of.
In this era,
For bride price.
in this era.
The one I first saw was beyond that.
Okay, you see.
But we faced it because we don't run away from such.
It is not. Whoa, uncle.
So if we're getting down into this hustle something, right? So he's generating some fears that guys, honest fears that guys will have.
Very honest.
Very critical fears that guys will have. But how should guys be responding to this thing? Because I'm looking at it from the perspective of this hustle for guys did not start today. Because back then we used to say that a guy's second wife is his job.
For some people, it's even their first.
For some people, it's the first. Let me not lie, the first.
And interestingly, if we go the way of the Bible,
what preceded?
Yes, Adam had a job before he had the job.
Thank you, Rema.
He had work before he had woman. Do you understand? So for guys, work has a critical part it plays.
A very
So
strong one.
what I don't understand is what are young guys doing today about it? Because it is a critical part of it. What I have seen in my small experience in the circles around me is that there seems to be like it's as if women are more empowered and men are being emasculated, as if their manhood is being removed from them. So men are becoming, permit me to use the word, men are becoming almost sissies. Right? And so back in our days, any guy can walk up to any lady. It doesn't matter what she's earning or what her pay profile is. you know I'm a man, and you just go because yes, even if I am not all that, but I'm on my way somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what the hustle is about. I'm on my way somewhere. I'm going now because I'm on my way somewhere. But any guy can walk up to a lady, no matter her pay profile. But these days, by the time you see one girl, they'll say, the next thing you're hearing is that ladies are too expensive, ladies are too pricey. But I mean, if you are doing your hustle, if you are on your way somewhere, you can engage any lady anywhere. Whether she's I'm not saying you're going to marry her, but I'm saying you can engage.
You can literally even still marry her.
You can still marry her.
That's the truth.
You can still marry her.
That's the truth. So I think I'll speak from personal experiences now, both with me and or my own personal experience and personal experiences of people around me.
Yeah.
Now, when you meet a woman, regardless of her profile, in most cases she's not necessarily looking at what you have right now. I had a discussion with my wife, I think about 4 days back, funny enough. And I was like, why did you really settle down for me? Why did you really, at what point did you know that, okay, I'm safe with this guy, I really want to do this? You understand? And she said, each time I opened my mouth to speak, she could really pick confidence. She could pick, it's vague, but she could perceive that, okay, there's somewhere this guy is going to. You understand? And she used to say that her faith rests on my own faith. You understand? Because the only time fear came, crept in slightly before our marriage, just 2-3 days to the wedding, there was something we hadn't covered, and I'd been exhausted at that point. And I just told her, I was like, babe, I'm a bit scared. How are we going to cross this day? She was like, you shouldn't have told me. That her own faith was resting on my own faith. So me now bringing fear with just kukuma and everything. And I quickly realigned, because again, that spoke to me that, you are not in the marriage, but you're already assuming that leadership position. You're leading her, she's following. If she can be anchoring on what you're professing, what your faith, what you can see that she couldn't really see. So that made me readjust. So, going back to answer the question, most women are not after what you are at the moment. But women can see through you as a person. And when they see through you and they can see that, okay, this guy has personal visions for themselves, they can see you're not lazy on your own. You understand? The rest of the fault is now that lack of, maybe, I realize, maybe not in all cases, but a lot of the guys, it's just them telling themselves that, I cannot meet up with this. Most ladies you see in high places, they're not interested in guys in high places. They're already used to seeing them around there. Possibly their fathers were. Possibly their brothers are doing well. Possibly every other person around there. So they are looking for adventure. But not an adventure that would take them to where they no. Carry them, they go where they. You understand? So guys need to realize that, yes, money is good. Money answers all things. But for ladies who have made it and who are actually career people, and a lot of them are not, you can't impress them with money. So put your financial status somewhere at the back of your mind, because you need it to spur you up. But approach them as though you can't see that money, and you see that you actually, they could be feeling you without you really knowing.
So what I'm hearing you say is that, guys, you need to look beyond your financial status.
Yes.
But you must have financial sense.
Of course. That's why I said keep it at the back of your own mind, because you need it to spur you up. Yes. Eventually, family will not run on vision that is not clear. Yes.
So part of the hustle that I'm hearing is that for guys, the hustle is not just about what is working now, it's about what you can make to work.
Absolutely. You mentioned Adam in the Garden of Eden. Adam had job before Eve came. But Adam didn't build real estate by himself. So he started from somewhere. The achievement we have now, literally, Adam was just to tend the garden. By tending, he wasn't to build the temple David later built and all of that. So it's okay to have a little job, as long as, there's a saying that if you can feed yourself, you can feed a second person. At the moment to get married, I tell people, you don't have to be a Christian. God orchestrates marriage, whether you're a believer or not. It's an institution he respects and honors. The moment you get married, they told me it wasn't really clear, but since I got married and I've seen a number of other people get married, things usually will pick up. Because the woman is meant to bring favor too.
Yep.
So have something that at least you are sure that you guys won't be drinking Gary too much, because you can't. bring somebody's daughter and come and be suffering them. But if it's to have a car, live in 3-bedroom, I started off in a self-contained apartment. When I moved to Lagos,
we will get there.
Okay, let me not jump.
We will get there. Don't because I noticed that as we started talking this thing, KJ has suddenly gone quiet, and I'm not looking in that direction. He has suddenly gone quiet, and I'm wondering what's happening. We are not throwing shade in that direction again. But bros, what's going on now?
Why? I'm learning. See, in all honesty, I'm here to learn from.
He's not being serious.
I'm
You
learning.
know you called him on serious.
Okay.
KJ, please be serious.
Okay, try to.
I'm learning now. I'm learning from you. I'm waiting for the part where you started off in your 1-bedroom apartment, maybe to sports.
We're
getting there like I said.
Let me take some comments. Let me take some comments from the guys. Jimoski said, I don't think that's the reason. We have seen a lot of our genders who are doing well but still running away from marriage. Jimoski, please, if you have time, please tell us some of the reasons why they are running away. Tell us some of the reasons.
There are 1,001 reasons actually.
Dara Benny Ward says men are getting relaxed. True, that's what we're saying. Men are getting relaxed. Abiabang Silence, thank you. Says, when I was small, I wanted to get married at age 25. But behold, brethren and brethren-sis, the Lord is my strength. It means say, will you not tell us how old you are now? But it means say, you are still now.
You don't shift the goalposts.
The goalposts are shifted.
It's okay.
It's okay. It happened. It happened.
Okay.
It's a bros is cold fitted. Let's say, call the cashew.
I think most guys had that vision of 25, 27 years.
I never had.
I had it.
I had 30. In fact, I had 33 from my secondary school.
33.
Yes,
I'm
not
40
lying.
something. You may hope on 40. I know we still enter 30 before we go.
Nathaniel Olamide said, hustle no go kill guys though. And that's the interesting thing. Hustle no they kill guys. Do you understand? Hustle no they kill guys, and that's something I would want us to look at, especially for guys. We'll come to that your story of where you started from, because I get my own story. I get my own story. You know, there was one shoe in my. There's one shoe. Some people are laughing backstage because they know that shoe.
What does this person say, please? What does this person say?
He said, a bold man is bold, money or not. There is a spirit in man. That person.
She just summarized what I was trying to say.
Yes.
Doctors meet me behind.
That's the one. You remember I mentioned confidence.
Yes.
Be confident in yourself.
See, wait.
You have scattered.
Wait,
For us for your phone number now, but
please.
You are married.
to send that airtime.
I'll send that airtime.
If I send for account number now, they say you shouldn't give me more than.
Say what you want to say. Dorcas has she has fanned you into flames.
That what?
Yes.
Dorcas, see, let me tell you something. Money is not just like I think Jimoski said it. That money is not the only reason why some men are not married.
We'll get to some.
Okay, there are a lot of them.
There are a lot of reasons.
For someone like me, I've moved past the stage where money scares me in a woman. I actually even love it. It's quote unquote sexy for me to see my woman even make her own money. Do you get? I love it. But beyond that, there are other things. There is character. God knows there is character. There is the fear of that character changing, of the lady changing when she's in the marriage. Do you understand?
Do you want to state the difference between the character of the ladies now and the character of the ladies? Because we still married women who had character in.
No.
So I want you to break down what you mean by
what I mean is that there is the fear.
And your last say KJ don't lie, yo. She said KJ don't lie, yo.
Why did I share this status of my
status?
Yes. Good and capable enough to make responsibilities more than.
Yes, that's Dara Benny. Dara Benny said these days women are now bold, yes, and capable enough.
No, women are
to take responsibilities more than men. So you see that's that place we talk about confidence, right? There's something about a guy that is hustling. The hard work. Right, builds character.
Of course.
And now the character that the hard work builds is the character that doesn't let you allow anybody throw shade on your sweat, because the hustle is your sweat. And I'm not talking about all of these different things that are creeping up now. Guys, if you are going to create something, if you are going to build something, focus on it and run. Do you understand? The truth is, and I will speak honestly, I see a lot of young men that come around me, and you just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but guys, this is the truth. I see a lot of young men that come around me, and you are asking, by the time you ask 3 questions, it looks like this guy just wakes up in the morning and just browses social media and sees how hard life is for everybody else, and he doesn't have anything to eat, and he attributes the fact that life is hard for him also, and he goes to sleep in the evening. I'm not saying that's how most guys are, but there are a lot of guys that are actually either lazy, and I don't know whether they got lazy because they had the mindset that things are tough, so why try? And do you understand? That's the mindset of things are tough, why try? and I'm saying that's not the mindset of the hustler. My wife, if she were here, she would define hustle for you. But I have an understanding of what it means. And hustle doesn't actually mean suffering. No. It actually means
not at all.
Going after what you say you want. It means that you have to follow what you say. If you say this is my target, you follow it until you hit it.
And you will definitely hit it.
But it's the character to remain resilient that is missing in a lot of guys.
That is that word in this, we've slightly moved from
from confidence.
You see, resilience is one thing I think a lot of, this is not gender specific now. A number of young people are not resilient. The slightest, and I'm worried that it keeps going down with the new generation that comes up, because literally those ones, they don't even want to hear no. Like, give me what, and can I have what? I think we had an episode earlier today. When is that time going to be? When can I come down? Do you remember? And when we are out of here, when will you be out of here?
Yes.
They are not ready for no. You understand? So resilience is whether it's a woman you've seen, and if you want to look at it from, can I come in from a biblical point of view?
Go ahead.
So if you want to look at it from that point, then I would say one of the things that built my own confidence when it comes to this marriage is the fact that I literally heard God. Funny thing is, 2018, I was almost, what you would say, how would you describe it now? When someone is, what's the word? When you're desperate. I was desperate to be in a relationship, because I had an age I didn't want to hit without being married. So in 2018, out of desperation, I almost entered a relationship, but thank God, God brought me out and told me to wait. So when eventually I met my wife, and I knew that this is my wife, this is the woman, without any shadow of doubt. And I knew that this is God's approval. God had given his approval. When I say approval, I hope you don't, I didn't say God gave me a wife. I saw my wife, I recognized that, I knew she was who I wanted, or she is the woman I want to live the rest of my life with. I took it to God in prayers. The moment I got that nodding from God, nothing could hold me back. There were challenges here and there. There were a lot of things I hadn't discussed with her before coming on set, so I wouldn't share details. But a lot of things would have made it. They came. You can't marry. Oh, she's not your tribe king, but she's not your level. Someone told a woman to tell me that she needs a man who is more mature, who is working, maybe all these mobile guys in quotes and all of that. And I sent a word back to the man. I don't know who he was. I told them to tell the man that, come, if you were good enough, she would have found you.
Hey!
She would have noticed you. So she saw you when she came to me and all of that. So yes, I don't know if I've
yes.
So I have a question. How when you got married?
Yeah.
Earlier on, what were the challenges? How were you able to balance your hustle life
as a single man?
No, as a married man.
Okay.
The earliest
stages.
Early,
I know you're still early. You're still young in marriage. Okay.
Okay.
How old are you married now?
3 years.
3 years. So how were you able to balance your hustle life with your life at home? Because truth be told is, see, personally, when I'm on my seat working, my head is literally on what I'm doing. I don't know how to multitask. This is my weak point, and I'm just saying it in case the woman I want to get married to is here.
And Yola is listening. She's on your case. We'll read the comments, but she's on your case. Don't worry, just keep talking. She's on your case.
So I'll say, Because when I'm there, I'm there. So if my woman, I just keep imagining I'm married, and my woman calls me in the middle of work and be like, "Hey babe," I'm like, "Oh come on, like I'm working."
Don't go too far.
How do you balance it?
Don't go too far. I'll just give you a very simple. When you, and that's why you must marry your woman.
My woman.
I don't want to say marry a good woman or marry the right woman, but marry
that is
your
meant for you.
Do you know why?
Okay.
KJ, all my rules, all my defenses were all broken down when I met my wife. Gracefully.
How did she? Wait, did she break the defense? She did, right?
No. That's what I'm saying. When you marry your wife, she
will
becomes
check
your
boxes.
priority.
She will check your boxes.
Okay.
I love my job.
Okay.
I love my job. You understand?
Uh-huh.
But my wife, no, when she calls, I answer. If I'm preaching on a stage, on the altar, I'm not, you know me, you've known. If I'm preaching and there is a call from my wife or a text message that demands my honor, church, this message will be continued next week. The Lord be with you.
The Lord be
I'm
with
going
you.
home immediately.
Now you see.
Not by choice, but I just can't.
There's a sense of
hold it.
responsibility.
Exactly.
I get.
When that sense of responsibility
Comes upon you.
So there's no way I can describe it. You get what thing they know they show personality to you. You experience it. Just make sure you marry right so that you don't think what I'm saying is.
Say it in slow motion. There are some things that they cannot explain.
It can only be experiential.
It can only be experienced.
I have a question for you.
I will answer that question.
You answer my
There's
question.
something that you said that came to my. There's something that you said that came to my mind when you were speaking about your wife breaking all your defenses.
Exactly.
It means that there were defenses.
Yes, there were.
It means that there were boundaries.
Yes, there were.
It means that you had a focus.
Can I tell you one funny one just before you continue?
Yes.
I am that guy that used to believe that there is no way farting in my presence as a lover, as anything.
Oh, I know that.
There is no way. I don't want to smell anything bad. So, but in marriage, my wife will fart in my presence, and I complain. She goes, "Why are you angry?" Like she can't even understand why. It's fart. Do you want me to go to the toilet because I want to fart?
No.
Guess what? Over time, I've gotten used to it. I can't be complaining. I might still frown a bit, but that frowning is more like I'm doing shakara.
There's a problem.
No other person can do that in my presence.
No, I know Uche from when. Uche does not. You don't even to have like BOs and MOs. I guess I don't know with him. You get so let alone bringing that strong.
You were saying BO, call her my body odor. I have her body odor with everything in my mind.
But you see, these are very interesting things because and that's the problem. That's some behind the scenes that guy, especially all these guys who just they flip social media, they look women and they look statistics, they look this thing, and all of those women on social media look like say they know they mess. But I mean, they are human. Everybody they mess. So guys, you understand that there's no relationship or there's no association you get into that you will not smell something foul. Okay. Now I'm saying that to bring the context that guys that are always looking for the easy way out need to understand that hardness is part of the hustle that matures men.
True. That's it.
Like this.
That's it.
Because sometimes things just need to be difficult for you to rise above them.
How do you build muscle if not
when you are
what you're pushing up?
I mean, so guys need to wake up and push. So that there's women empowerment happening all around. Every organization now wants to empower women. The other day, in the news, what was trending? All these organizations and banks bringing out all the women, and they are doing women empowerment, and that's beautiful. That's not to. But I'm saying, with all of that happening, that's beautiful. But what needs to be strong also is the fact that the men of this generation, of your generation, of my generation, need to begin to step up. Why? Because it seems that it is a man's world, and there's a generation of men that have governed the business, that have governed economies, that have governed, and so what's happening is that people are bringing that whole concept of, women need to be given equal rights, and then women need to be empowered. But what it's doing is that the generation that is following up is having empowered women and very weak men. And so what's my challenge? My challenge is that guys in this generation, as we are empowering women, the young men also need to see that empowerment as a challenge that they need to rise with. So if no organization is helping you, why don't men come together, band together, help each other rise above the challenges that they are facing? And that's what Man Cave is really about. Men banding together, saying, what is the challenge? What is affecting your hustle? Why is your business not working? Are you the only one doing that business? Is there some other person that has done that business? Can we actually get off our high horse? Because a lot of times when we're saying men are being relaxed, men are just proud. There's nothing more annoying than a very proud poor man. I'm sorry. It's very annoying. But I've seen it. I've seen it a lot of times. And I'm saying if you are going to exude this confidence we're talking about, it means that you are working towards something. Guys,
Definitely.
don't just sit at home, because we will tell our stories. In fact, maybe after you say what you want to say, we'll take some few comments. Then you will tell your story. I'll tell mine.
Okay.
Do you understand?
So I love the energy here. It's giving bojo. But then, like I said when I started, I'm the single guy here. I'm proud of it. I'm basically here to learn from the married man.
My brother,
But I have a question, and the question is personal because it's happening to me. So it goes like, I don't have the bandwidth for women's excesses. Should I call it emotional excesses, or I don't know. I don't have the bandwidth.
I want to define it so that we can.
Yes, let me break it down. I give, for instance, now my relationship might be going very well with the lady, okay, very well. But the moment she leaves the realm of using her brain to think and respond to me, and start using more of emotions, it's a problem for me. Do you understand? It's a big problem for me. So I find it difficult to, once it gets to that point, I'm already stretched. At that point, I can literally break up that relationship because I cannot deal. So my question is to you, the married men you've been married for 16 years. Plus. Wonder. How do people do it?
It's 16 Pro Max.
16 Pro Max. You get? Which has been married for 3-4 years now, right? Good. Now, maybe your wives don't often, I don't know if your wives are different. They don't often.
They're not be human being.
Maybe they be human being, but maybe they think more with their brain than with their emotion. How do you guys handle the excesses of women especially when they are in their when they are so much in their feelings, their elements, like how? Because I can't deal, honestly.
Do you want to take a swipe at it, or should I go?
Go, because my answer is still that same thing. Marriage rights. Every woman is emotional. Every human being is emotional.
You need to break this. You need to break this marriage right.
No, I like where you're going.
Every human being is emotional. Men, by the virtue of, or by the way the society is structured, some of us still hold on to that. Men are not meant to be expressive with their emotions. Women are, of course, that is a wrong business.
It's wrong.
Women, according to how the society works, are free to express their emotions. Every woman will be emotional. I used to be in that. I'm still in that space. But the difference now is it's attractive when my wife once in a while wants to be emotional or act out of emotion. Sometimes I'll just watch her and she's trying to explain herself. She's trying to maybe do something. I already know where she's going to. It's attractive. But if you are not my woman and you're behaving that way,
to be repulsive.
When you are done with that, you come back to your rationality, and then we can continue from where we've stopped. And that's why I said, until you get I hope I'm not the only one with this kind of experience. There are things. So my wife is not women. There is my wife and there is women. If women are trying to approach me from place of emotions, I'm waiting for you. When you're done, we'll continue. If my wife is trying to approach me from, it depends on the sensitivity of the matter. But when you marry a woman that is also intelligent, when I say intelligent, a woman that has sense.
Exactly.
you hardly encounter those unnecessary emotional drama. My wife is not dramatic, to be honest. So maybe for some that have, I wouldn't know how to handle that.
I like what you're saying when you say your woman, right? Some people's woman, they like the drama. As in, the drama is the attraction for them. Do you understand? So one person's meat is another person's poison.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So when you meet your woman, because every woman is emotional. Now there was something I was going to say, which is the fact that something that guys don't understand is that your ability to stay on a job or stay on a project and see it to completion builds in you a certain kind of endurance that even when you get into a relationship, you can see it to the end.
Otogoro,
What's that?
speak, sir. What are you telling me?
Because
But it's true.
No, it's true, actually.
Do you understand? So this hustle that we're talking about for men is inbuilt. The truth is, if a man begins to hustle, right, he even forgets food.
Very true.
With a few exceptions.
With it, no, so
No,
Don't mind me, I'm just being.
not me though. Not me though. Maybe I do forget.
But I
to eat
understand what
sometimes.
you're doing. I couldn't sleep because of a project.
A
I'm
project.
having.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sleep,
because
but
for men,
I'm
there's
imagining
something-
different aspects.
Yeah.
There's something within something within us that drives. I'm not saying it's not there for women. I'm saying for us, the differences between the genders is there's a teaching coming up, right, in my mind, and I want to dimension, between man and a male. There is man, the person. There is male, the function. So the differences between genders comes to a place where we're beginning to talk about functionality, and each gender is skilled or shaped in such a way that they are able to better perform certain functions.
Absolutely, I agree.
So in the hustle that is built into our engine, right, it's supposed to allow us grind at certain things on the behalf of the family unit, because family is God's idea. This whole idea of men don't want to marry or there are no good women to marry is all a lie of the
It's a
devil.
lie.
It's an agenda that is being sold, and people
Yes,
are
every
buying
day
it for
people are
peanuts.
getting married.
Yes, people are getting married.
Every
Do you
Saturday,
understand?
what's the food?
Because by the time you want to talk about hustle, somebody will tell you, man, at the hustle. But the question that I want to ask is, what is the purpose of hustle? Because a lot of people, their end game is just money, and money goes like this. So if what your end goal is, if your end goal is fleeting, then your pursuit will be everlasting.
So take that again.
If your end goal is fleeting, then your pursuit will be everlasting. It means you will keep running until you die.
If you die.
But your end goal must be something that is not fleeting. It must be that you are building something. Look at Adam's hustle. The scripture says that the Lord put him in the center of the garden to tend it and to keep it. In other words, the garden was created, was raw, was natural. Adam was supposed to vegetate it. He was supposed to crop it. He was supposed to enhance it. He was supposed to improve it so that it looks better. And he says to keep it. In other words, to give it sustainability.
Make sure it doesn't die.
Make sure it doesn't die. And Adam's ability to do that for a garden qualified him for a wife. A lot of men cannot stay on one job, and they are wondering why they have plenty exes.
Wow.
Too many jobs, too many exes.
Wow. That's some
That's a lot.
No, but you see it in this generation. So you get one job, and then the next thing is their pay is not good. What does that even mean? So have you built a business where you want to pay somebody? As in, build a business and now pay somebody, and you see how difficult it is to generate the money that will pay you. But you are coming into a business, you are coming into a company, and you don't even know what it takes to build the business. You cannot tend anything, and yet you are asking that you be valued according to your imagination. Nobody values you based on your imagination. You are valued based on your product.
Very true. At this point, we have to pause and take comments.
As in, You are valued. You want to be valued based on your imagination.
Nobody does that. Because some men
Don't
are
let
very
you they
busy.
see your imagination anyway.
Not only they see am, not only they
Leave
see
my
my
body. It is about what is on my
inside.
That is the male version of that. This, we can actually value you based on what we can see. What value are you bringing to the table?
Let's do comments. Let's do comments.
Jumoski said we should first define the hustle we are talking about, because not all hustle are hustle. I agree with
we
you.
agree.
I didn't want to cut you in earlier.
Yeah.
You know, when we talk about hustle, please, guys. Okay, let me talk to our viewers now. First of all, you must be sure that you don't have to have it all figured out, but you must have an idea of the end you're pursuing.
Yes.
The end goal, sir.
Yes.
So that way you don't like starting off as a teacher. Okay, my end goal, I knew what I was looking at. It's beginning to flesh out anyway. So my pay at that beginning stage wasn't a determinant factor. What determined where I worked was, okay, I want to get into the big schools. I want to get into schools that are better than where I was. At each stage, I kept leaving one school for a better one. And what was I looking at? I was looking at best practices. I was looking at pedagogy. I was looking at 21st century compliance schools and all of that. I was looking at things I could learn such that if I decide to own my own school, even today as we speak, my school has to be standard, to be honest. If I decide to go into educational technology, I've learned a number of things to be able to do that. So some other people, I used to tell them when, like, I think someone asked me a question like, okay, one of your friends is in the oil sector, this other guy is in the tech world. Are you at any point in time No. If I was intimidated that they've seemingly had moved ahead of me, by God's grace, I think I'm smart enough to have studied anything that would take me to any other place. Yeah. But I knew what I was built for, or I know what I am built for. I know that I was at the building phase. And at the building stage, you don't necessarily talk about how much you're earning. You should be talking about how much you're learning. And I'm not trying to sound cliche or anything, but that is the truth.
It's okay. It sounds
because when you learn enough, you will definitely earn. And it doesn't matter who has gone ahead of you, in quotes. Why will I be bothered when I know where they are going is different from where I'm going to? I'm not moved. I'm not perturbed. And at every point in time, literally at the point of being engaged, I knew how long I was going to spend in each of those establishments. And by God's grace, I've not, in fact, I think the only one that didn't fall within the time, actually, it's appearing like it's long
overdue.
Long before the time I set. So I'm setting 5 years plan and I'm exiting at 3 years or something like that.
Fantastic.
I don't know who gets
fantastic.
This, but
let's get more comments. So fantastic. As in this.
So define your hustle.
Yes.
And keep your eyes on it.
Yes. Darabeni word. See, that's true, David. I didn't know what David said. And the last says no vision, empty only. Empty. Only hustle and money. Yeah.
That's their problem. So let's break the table.
A lot of guys only have money and
at the end of their hustle,
they don't have any other thing to offer.
Some men don't even know what they want. Okay, thank you very much. This is an attack on the men.
Some people.
But the truth now, I feel sometimes most men feel it's inadequate to get into a marriage union where the woman happens to be the one on the greater side of bringing food to the table.
If we stop at that junction, right? Most men feel inadequate, right? And I would dare say, taking a cue from what Uche said, that I think, whether men or women, but since we're speaking to men, I think a lot of times our problem comes from this comparing ourselves with ourselves.
The Bible says we are not wise when we do it.
It's not wise. As in, you see me today, you don't know my story.
You don't know jack about me.
You don't know my journey. You don't know where I've been. I always make this analogy, and for men, it is clear. It is really important that men have this thing at the back of your mind. Don't define yourself by where you are today or at any point in your life,
or where other people
are. So a lot of times, because of that definition, our identity is based on where we are or where our friends are. We went to school together. The guy is now a multi-millionaire. I still dey waka for road. Excuse me. All of us meet at the airport. Does not mean all of us are going to the same place. So if we all meet at the airport, international airport, I may be going to Ghana. You are going to the
Australia.
US. He is going to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I would have gotten to Ghana, I go don't throw party, don't finish the party,
Sleep.
People
Australia
don't celebrate me. People don't post all the. I don't trend.
You've literally got into your peak.
But the guy never reached
Let's
half.
even start.
Australia never reached half of his journey. So what's the basis for comparison? There's no basis for us guys to compare with ourselves. Instead, we should be looking for how can I help you? How can you help me? How can we work together? We are men are stronger when they form bonds. When they are stronger when they are in a band. Do you understand? And that's something that social media is subtly trying to take away from us. And everybody feels I need to make I no show myself or make them no say I did broke. What's wrong with being broke? Being there, done that, have the t-shirt to prove it. I've been broke a couple of times. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, we have your inability to look shame in the face is going to mean you are going to keep dressing it up in order to make yourself look good. We need to be able to look shame in the face and tell yourself, I've been broke. I may be broke, but I'm not going to be broke another day. Why? Because I need to think my way out of poverty. I need to think my way out of this situation. Sometimes it's not even poverty. Sometimes you're just in a place where things are not working. So the question is, what can I do as a guy to make things work for me? That's who we are. There's something within us. That's why and I think it's Eniola that says there's a spirit in man. That's why she caught my attention. Because there's something within us that shouldn't allow us just settle for peanuts. I mean, there's a whole garden in front of us. See, my brother, you never marry any woman we won't marry if you marry, but you just have to get the head for it.
I think in this energy that we are carrying as well, because me, I'm going to cool off. I'm going to cool the whole thing off a bit.
Sorry. Let's
yeah, it's okay for us to say all of this, which is good. I love it. But I'm a man who likes putting actions to words.
Oh yeah, now.
You get. I need you to speak to men, to the practicality of what we're saying now. How do men create communities? How do we make these communities visible enough? You spoke about women having what's it called? Empowerment program. It didn't just start off from somewhere.
In fact, there's one happening in Dubai now.
There's one.
I was watching
it didn't just happen.
It was fantastic.
It didn't just happen. I saw something on the internet. They but not in Nigeria, anyways. I think in the US, they created a kind of a boot camp for men, where men just go there and relate and just be yourself, be in your element, in your space. You understand? So speak to men. The practicality. It's okay for us to say all of these things, and at the end of the day, how do we put this in practice?
Now, there are things within your control. There are things outside of your control. Gathering men who have made it to help the ones who have not made it has to come from people who have made it.
Yes.
When I say you now, not you.
I agree with you.
It's beyond your control to organize that kind of a thing. Let me not say beyond, but it might be a longer shot than. But where you can start from, you see, when I was in Akwa Ibom State, back then, he knows about my first personal business. I mean, as a grown-up now, I opened a laundry. That laundry wouldn't have been possible. I mean, a standard one. It wouldn't have been possible without my friends within that period. I had the likes of Ukeme, who is now CEO of Gemic. I had the likes of Ikenna, who is CEO of a number of things. I had the likes of some other guys. We sat down. I remember we went to an eatery where they talked about the name. We decided on the name, Wash and Wear Laundry. We decided on a number of things. Those were our baby steps, right? But I had the right cycle. Guess what? Even here in Lagos, they are still my circle. A number of other people I started off as friends with. It's not pride. I didn't even intentionally drop them. I can't explain how they left my life. And that is because if you know your vision and you're chasing after it, the higher you go. You know that analogy of the eagle. A lot of animals might be pecking on you. A lot of animals might be trying to fight you. But as an eagle, the more farther you go, the more those that cannot survive at the altitude you're flying, they drop. They begin to drop. So you look around, you can only see eagles off. So in creating community, a lot of guys that if you look back at the problem they have is the people within their business.
Mm.
I started thinking
Their
beyond
circle.
being a teacher to being a creative, a teacher. I'm proudly a teacher, but being a
top
teacher
leader
cannot take care of my family, literally. Cannot even take care of my current state. I don't know how to put it, you understand? So my circle happened to now start, they made me register my company. They might not know, so this is a shout out to my guys. But they made me start thinking, okay, what can I build? And I registered my company. I'm building something in the tech world, education still. I'm a teacher still.
Yes.
If I didn't have that circle, I definitely wouldn't be thinking about it. These are young guys making, so what it does is not, I'm not envious of them, like I said, because I know where I'm going to. I cannot become the CEO of gaming. It's impossible. But what it makes me think is, okay, I come back home, I'm like, okay, what can I create? Because I'm not that guy that will start accusing my friends that since they became
they've left me, yes.
You left them. They're not thinking about you, bro. Your low self-esteem is dropping.
It's dropping, yes.
And they didn't kill you, they didn't break your hands from thinking or your mind from
thinking. Yeah.
So start from your circle. I'm being like, okay, you're the one I can see. So that's why it's
so you're representing.
You're somewhere there where you're not too sure of what to do. You can never be bigger than your circle. You can
Very true.
They've said it as a motivational speech.
No, in
Bible
practice,
has said it as one of those things that might be abstract.
He that walks with the wise is wise. But
Very
a companion of fools will be destroyed.
Yes. You can't have 7 idiots and you don't realize they are 8 in all because you are the 8th one. You just don't realize it. That's the truth. You can't have 7 CEOs and you are thinking they're just 7. No, they are 8. You just don't realize that you are 1. Things you hear, things you see every day, they inform the decisions, the processes, things you process in your mind, and ultimately what you think becomes your reality. So that is where you can start from. Then from the big men point of view, they really want to lift people, fellow men out of poverty. You know, you can even, who were my friends in Eket? Who were my real friends?
Yes.
Like, leave my this thing. I had the likes of Pastor Kingsley here. I had the likes of Pastor IG. I had the likes of Desiree. We went for Pastor ID's mother's burial actually before the father. And I saw people in cliques and this thing. Somehow I was with a Sierra's wife, a Sierra himself, Pastor ID's wife, and I was there. I literally, not like by choice, I'm not trying to belong. It's just that what they were discussing there is the kind of things that attract me. And guess what? I'm having a picture of what I want my future to be like. I'm having that understanding of how they started. Little gossips in quotes here and there. But they are not wasted ones because these are from people who have done ahead.
Sorry, Uche, sorry to cut you, but I'm not actually cutting. I'm just trying to streamline this your point. It means that for men to become who they need to be, they need to watch
who have gone ahead of them,
who they have around them.
So
yes.
Who do you have around you? If the people you have around you don't seem to be thinking like where you are going, it means that you are at the wrong airport.
Exactly. You change airports.
Do you understand?
You change.
Do you understand? You are in the wrong. You understand? So for me, I can see there's a circle around you where you are. Then there's a circle in front of you. That where you want to be,
where you are above you,
but above you,
yes,
but it's accessible to you. And I always say about myself that I can, the day I wake up and say I am a self-made man, maybe thunder will fire me because it's not true. There's nothing like that. Just today I was talking to one of my mentors, right? So for me, interestingly, I've been privileged to have people to always be around people that are older than I am, and so they think that I'm actually their age mate, but they don't know that I'm just a small boy that happened to be in their circle. But interestingly, I was with one of my mentors today, and we attended an event together, and we're just talking afterwards, and something interesting happened, and I told him I was reading a few days ago, and by the way, I'm sorry to digress. By the way, I read a statistic that said Nigerians are one of the least readers in the world.
It is
very true.
See, guys, forget all the razzmatazz. Readers are leaders, and I don't just mean that you are going to lead a corporation. In fact, to even lead a woman, you need to read.
You need to read, yes.
To lead yourself, my
no,
brother.
you need to even read. To lead yourself, God
Lead
self.
yourself.
Yes.
You understand? So guys, reading is something that you must do. And there are many mediums that can help you do that. But let me go back to my story. And I was with my mentor today, and I was telling him that, interestingly, a few days ago, I was going through some of my notes. I was just going through my laptop and some notes I had recorded earlier, and I saw something that he made me write almost 10 years ago. He said, he made me, then I was 35. He said, write for me your 15-year plan, what you will be by 50. And that plan needed to cover where my children would be, what my wife would be doing, do you understand? My 15-year plan. Before then, what am I thinking 15 years? You said at the beginning that you were thinking that you will marry around 27 or 30. I didn't have any age. I wasn't thinking about marriage. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't have that plan. I didn't have that force. I didn't have a number there. I was just going. Do you understand? As a young man, I was just going. I was just developing myself. I was just improving myself. I was just going. But at the season when it came, I knew this is what needs to happen here, right? So at 27, I married. I still look back at my marriage picture at that 27, and I thought, what's wrong with this guy? As in, I was looking at me and my wife, and we're like, we just look like children. Like, what are we doing? Do you understand? As in, were we okay? Do you understand? But the truth is, we may have been 27, but by virtue of the investment in ourselves we had made, we're not thinking like 27. We're not thinking like 27. Do you understand? But still back to the subject of the hustle. Within the conversation I had with him almost 10 years ago, I saw there that I had to write a 15-year plan. So the question is, how many guys think beyond daily bread, beyond today? Do you understand? And I told him, sir, you won't remember, but I remember exactly where we were when you asked me to do this thing. But I looked in that plan, sir, and in less than 15 years, I think we have achieved almost 70 to 80% of that plan. What am I saying? How many guys actually see themselves beyond the now? What's your vision as a guy for yourself? What's your vision? What's your plan? How are you thinking for yourself? You mentioned about you starting from a one-room BQ. You didn't want to know where some of us started from. We were like in the backside of the wilderness, right? Do you understand?
The debris of humanity.
When in the backside of wilderness, I've done face me, I face you. Do you understand? I've done face me, I slap you. Do you understand? I've done different. I was talking about
married man.
No, I didn't do it as a married man.
Okay.
I did it as a single.
That's like it's bad. Okay.
No.
It's
part of my hustle. It's part of my hustle. Do you understand? It's part of my journey. As a married man, I was saying something at the beginning about one shoe that I had. There was one shoe like that.
There's always that shoe.
Oh my goodness. There was that shoe that followed me all around Lagos. That the sole, when life happens to you, and especially, and this is free for the ladies, right? For the ladies, sometimes all these ladies that say, oh, I want to marry the man that is made, I want a man that can take care of me. You can marry a man that can take care of you when you married. It doesn't guarantee that he will still be able to take care of you after you're married.
3 years after marriage.
2 years after marriage.
What can happen?
2 years after marriage, I lost my job in the bank. I was a flexing boy. I lost my job in the bank 2 years after marriage, and it was the next 5 years that followed is a book that is loading. Do you understand? Because it was my hustle, right? It was my hustle. And I'm just saying that just so that we understand that things might have been tough. Things may be tough for you right now, but within you as a guy, there is no motivational speaking. If you think, the problem is a lot of things don't allow us to think. But if we would force ourselves to think, even with hungry stomach, you will create a solution that will get you fed.
Absolutely.
And don't despise the days of little beginning. Somebody came and met me and said he was looking for a job. I said, can you do cleaner? He said, God forbid, I'm a graduate. I mean, what does that mean? I had a master's degree and I was selling sand. Please, the story is long. Let me move from there. Let's go to the comments. Exactly. Resilience can only come in when you have what you are passionate about. It's not money. They just lack vision. Exactly what I was saying. They just lack vision. And it's like Eniola is we need to get Eniola's number.
I can bring.
Yes. We need to bring her up.
What did you say?
We need to bring her up on
When
the
you miss
show.
Eniola now, you say good women are not
You
there.
say good women are not
You
there.
can't be giving this kind of sensible comments like this. I mean,
That's straight bullet. Silence. That is why some men get it wrong. So far, the woman is not shading. It's not bad. Okay, so far the woman is not shading.
It's
not
bad.
Yeah. That's Darabeni Ward. Thank you, Darabeni Ward. Next comment, please. I came to this country without nothing, but with genuine hustle and determination, I can boast of something. A hardworking man will always get to the zenith of
Jumoski!
What's that? He said, make sure you marry right. Kai, sorry, KJ, that's personal.
Who says?
A lot of straight
Why you guys saying sorry to me
KJ
exactly?
Diamond said, it's wrong to fart in a guy or the lady's presence, whether married or not. I dislike it. You go tell.
Is she married?
Sure she may not be married.
Okay.
I'm not sure she's married. When you marry, you know how far. Let's define it. Hardworking man with a purpose. Are you sure we don't need to bring Eniola Dorcas to this studio?
She's a business analyst.
She is coming. Just bring me in.
I should bring you,
Yes.
right?
It will be a pleasure to share.
Seriously, right now.
To share the stage. Yeah, go ahead. And thank you, Eniola, man with a purpose. Let's go, because I've just been told that our time is up. This 1 hour is not it's not 1 hour in
that's why
I think I like us to. He says nowadays a man has to be financial and emotionally stable to date a lady. Bro, find the right woman, please. Any woman you have to be that stable to date means she's even a problem too. If she has there not been a time your wife was maybe any more than you? It's just a neutral question. Or even carrying the home.
She was carrying the home. I told you about the season where I lost my job in the bank.
See what my wife's finances have been. She's getting here, she inspires me. I'm also assisting. My home will come like So it's more like an unspoken and undiscussed healthy competition.
In fact, I won't call it competition.
I love her to grow, but the moment she grows, me too. I need to
sprout.
I won't call it competition. I will call it progression. Because we are growing together. I was here, she was here. Then I got here. In fact, there was a time she got here. Like, do you see my hand?
My wife actually got like
it's true. I like this sincerity. My wife at the end of the day, man.
Do you understand? Somebody asked me one day, and we're just talking, and the guy said, are you not threatened by the fact that your wife seems to be out there, but you are not? I said, no, why should I be? She's my product. Because my job as a guy is to tend and to keep gardens. And there's no lovely garden like my wife. Don't get it twisted.
I thought it was blessing.
Let me chip in something. So he just made a statement. You understand? There's no what?
There's no wife here.
What will keep that? What would have kept? I'm sure if you bring her here to ask her, what would have kept her going when she was earning more than you? Is that she could see, although the money was not coming from you, but you were part of the padding, the soil. The manure.
I was not useless.
Pushed her.
He was not useless.
My wife was
very useful.
Today, and when I was listening to her as I was coming, she said they were talking about if it's okay for a man to keep with
I saw
this thing. And one point she made when they asked her about her, she took it home and she was like, that her husband encourages. This is not me blowing my trumpet. That her husband encourages her. If you have a wife and you're encouraging her, you might not be earning, but she sees that your encouragement and your push. She might not even remember that you're not making money. You were making money, I was making money.
Make money,
make money. So it's interesting to note that once you get to that point, you know that your worth as a man is not limited to your bank balance. It's limited to both your bank
vision balance,
your emotional balance, your vision balance, your ability to tend and keep whatever is committed in your hand. That's
Very
what
true.
makes you a man.
Very
because your ability to make whatever is put in your hand sustainable and beautiful
And better.
and better. That's what makes you. That's what makes you a man. Do you understand?
Yes,
so
sir.
as men, we need to just get that hustle. I'm sorry, we are actually out
We're
of
out of
time.
time.
Anita Batu says, intentionally build others and submit yourself for mentoring.
Summarize what I was
She's-
trying to
yes.
say.
Submit yourself for mentoring, guys.
All right.
Submit yourself for mentoring, and we need to close. Any final
Yes.
words from KJ?
For me, I believe as a single man, I'll keep referring to that. I hope by next year that status changes.
Amen.
By the grace of God,
Hallelujah.
if you are my wife, yeah, you're there.
If you be a man of God.
If I be a man of God. Anyways, for the single guys, I hope you've learned a lot because I have. I know I have. You're not limited to money. Please, you're not limited to money. Have a vision. Know where you're going to. All right. And then, like Uche will say, pick the woman for you. Your
That's
own.
good for you.
That's good for you. And yeah, you'll be good. You'll be good.
Uche,
Mr.
final
Uche.
words.
Yeah, my final word would be to tell you that, we are discussing hustle.
Yeah.
There is no hustle that is better than the other.
Mm.
So chest your own hustling. If you're selling pure water today,
My brother
With
said
your
it
full
well.
chest.
With your full
you're
chest.
seeing an industry that will produce bottled water, that
Mhm.
will produce any other higher level of water that will put billions in. It's possible. If you're carrying sand, mixing cement somewhere, start thinking of how chest it very well. But however, don't settle at that level where you are. Think of how you can become it, because there's literally nothing you can't become a millionaire doing.
Mhm.
Nothing. So that's just it. Chase your hustle, chase it, see how you can scale it to where you become a motivation for them to the younger generation. Thank you.
Good word, good word. For me, a lot has been said. I think guys and the ladies who love them should share this link, go back and watch it again. We have said a lot. If I would have any final words, it's just to speak to men and say, guys, don't limit yourself. Don't cage yourself. Don't define yourself by
Your hustle.
by one thing, right? Don't define yourself by one thing. I hear that we're getting some comments that we should have a part 2.
Yes,
that
actually.
we should have a part 2 of this.
There are a lot of
We-
things we touched on that we did.
We
Yeah,
didn't.
that we
Yes,
didn't.
yes.
I should have a part 2. It may be good to bring a lady in the part 2.
Okay, so
I'm voting for Eniola for this.
let me speak to that.
Okay.
Let me speak to that. So we do man cave every month, once a month. We do man cave every month. So we've just had man cave for the month of March.
Yeah.
Okay, so look out for man cave for the month of April, right? We'll be having this, and I think as Mr. Kingsley said, we might bring in a lady. I don't know who the lady is yet, but
I'm
then
voting for Eniola. But
why is everybody voting for Eniola, please?
and then
Really, right now, you guys are making me shout about Eniola right now.
Now, from like this, if you know her personally, she's the material.
she's a-
Unless there are other incompatibility issues.
Anyway.
I'm rooting for you. That's why
if you are single, we are rooting for you.
she has sense. Leave it.
No, she has sense.
Nah.
The sense is showing up ahead of her.
All right, guys, watch out for Man Cave next month. It will be coming here live. Please invite your friends, your enemies, your neighbors. It's free for all. All you need to do is, when the link is out, tune in, click the subscribe button, like, share. All right. Thank you very much. And we've all said our final thoughts,
Yes,
right? And this show is powered by Broken Worlds Media, and this is Common Sense for Relationship Man Cave as well. So to that we say you same station, same channel,
next time.
next time,
Next month.
next month.
Next month.
Yeah. Goodbye, guys.
All right.
Bye,
See you
guys.
guys. Bye.
Bye.
It's been nice being here.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, man. It was fire.
Y'all roasted everybody. Thank you once again for joining us. We hope you got great value today. Our goal is to bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your life.